Black has some terrible cards. And we're going to find out which one is the 5 worst and the 5 least worst. We're just going to do Digimon. Eventually, if you want to see option cards or tamer cards. Tamers might be a bit difficult depending on what color it is, but like, yeah. You want to see more of those? Let us know. Evergreen content's cool, and we like doing it for the bonus content. You'll see this in a month, general YouTube. But to everyone that's paying for it, appreciate it. We don't have Marcio, but we do have Jamie still with us as a guy that plays predominantly black decks, I'd say.
Yeah, these days I'd say black is my go-to. Dabbled in red a little bit in terms of Jesmon, but I feel like black is the most qualified. It's the color I started on, so let's run it down.
All right, yeah, we'll have card dev as our probably like go-to to look at black Digimon. We're also making the rule where we're not including vanillas because, I mean, some vanillas are sick, but like a lot of them are kind of, yeah, it's old pack filler. We've set our piece on those.
Are we starting with the top or the bottom?
Do we want
we should alternate.
I was gonna say alternating is pretty good, but
are we coming to a collective agreement on our top 5?
I'd say so. Yeah, we can.
Okay, I was gonna say I didn't know if I was selling you guys on my picks or not.
Yeah, I mean, sell me something because
I would love to sell you my pick for. If not, it's certainly bottom 5 might be the worst.
Okay.
That card would be EX4-021 Grey Knightsmon. This card is unapologetically deep dog shit. It should. I mean, I just can't fathom what they were doing.
Yeah,
There he is. This card is garbage, dude. On play, play cost 12, Digivolve cost 5 from blue or black, level 5s. On play, do Digivolve 1, one of your opponent's Digimon, then all your opponent's level 4 Digimon or lower cannot attack until the end of your opponent's turn, and all turns, when it would be deleted or returned to your hand or deck, play Metal Greymon and Dark Knightmon from this Digimon's Digivolution cards without paying the costs you can cross with it from a blue Metal Greymon and a Dark Knightmon. This card is just unusable. It is so awful.
So it comes down for 8.
It comes down for 8 to Digivolve 1, and then apply a mediocre Floodgate.
Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon. Even Muso does more than this.
Yeah, this card is just terrible. The other thing is that it came out, I think contextually it might have been some kind of cruel joke. I know what they were doing with the EX4 support for Greymon Dark Knightmon and like Blue Flare Twilight, just got a bunch of good stuff. But this card also featured in it was either the worst ever Blue Flare card, which I don't think there's much contention on that. I believe this truly is the single worst ever Blue Flare card. Or it was the worst kind of Dark Knightmon because it basically took away the niche the deck had into, at the time, what was its biggest advantage, which was Hunters. At least with Dark Knightmon, like as a deck, it did well into Hunters because it, like, sure, you could tuck some of them, but you were digicrossing anyway. And the advantage to using the actual Dark Knightmon tools meant that you were like able to actually combat Hunters somewhat. This has none of that, and it doesn't even trigger on like the when it would leave battle doesn't even trigger when you are being tucked by Superior. So this card is just unusable. It's terrible. It's my pick for the bottom 5 for sure.
Yeah, I'd agree. It's not seen any play. like you said, it's barely seen any play since the beginning, but it's like...
What's also tragic is I can't even tell which is the alt here because they're both trash. I think this one is the regular.
The alt,
that's the regular. Yeah.
The alt is on the right.
The alt is.
Shoutouts to the stars that they put on cards now. That's such a good thing.
I agree, 100% agree.
But yeah, God help you if you pull the EX4 Grey Knightsmon alt because that joint they just moved the camera up.
I mean, at least you can actually see the Knightmon riding the Rurumon or whatever it is.
I guess. Yeah, no.
It's not a winner.
Can I counterpoint your worst card with possibly the lowest good card?
All right.
Yeah, I'd love to see the lowest. I think we have harder opinions on good stuff than bad stuff, right?
It's going to be a hard sell probably, I think. But it's a card that pretty solidified this deck being my deck. Metallic Dramon.
Andrew, don't forget you can turn everything to normal on the arts, by the way. Wait, which Metallic Dramon?
Oh yeah,
EX3, 53, the Hina one, KnTElixar.
Yeah, him.
That card's degenerate.
I sat next to you playing that at DC1, and good lord.
Yeah, it was a time. Second from bottom, second from right. Oh, you've gone past it, man.
Uh,
Third from bottom.
I could just search the word
So,
metallic at this
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
Double L.
Double L.
I can't see what you're typing,
There
but
it
I'm guessing you
is.
did the same thing. Yeah. I really like it because of the whole D-Digivolve thing. I get that it's an on-play, but obviously that leans into the whole KnTElixar itself.
You say that,
But also-
it's relevant. A Pokemon would use this card.
Yeah,
Because it's an
that's what I was
on-play.
going to say, is hard dropping it for a play cost of 12 is still pretty worthwhile anyway, because it's D-Digivolve 1, then delete one of your opponent's Digimon with play cost of 5 or less. That's popping a body no matter what. Early game, that's pretty good, and then your opponent can't really do much if you've got a big body, which will end up being a blocker and reboot if you have a tamer. But if you don't delete anything, then you're locking the board, kind of, for a turn, where you're making it so your opponent can't digivolve their unsuspended Digimon, and for decks that don't want to swing into a 12k blocker, that's tough.
Yeah,
That's
it's-
real
it's
tough.
It's very good.
Like if you, it's one of those ones as well. Like if you brick and you know, maybe you get a Hina down early, but you're kind of bricked. Just dropping it means that they effectively can't answer it. Like they push out of
Yeah.
raising to get their when digivolvings. Nope, they have to swing first, and because of the
Yeah.
tamer, you have the blocker. It's very, very silly. I guess what
Exactly.
X antibody Evo combat.
Yeah,
style?
that's my memory of this card, is that the way around it was like X antibody War Greymon X, but like
Yeah.
Yeah,
it didn't always have it like that.
It's the reason I'm saying it's like the worst of the best in the sense is because not only is that ability kind of cracked and it was the first of the kind, I think, to my knowledge.
Yeah,
Stop-
I'm pretty
stopping
sure that was
evolution.
the first. Well, there was nothing that prevented it outright, but there was the old Infirmon that like taxed
Oh, yeah,
evolution,
that's
which was
yeah,
kind of
made it cost one more,
Yeah.
which is like
but nothing
but-
like
Exablow
Yeah.
as well was like tax for your first non-source Evo.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
But
But
no, this
like,
was
yeah,
definitely,
the
like-
first of its kind to lock out the actual evolution.
The slippery
Um,
slope that we
yeah.
But then obviously the caveat is you need a tamer on deck, and if you're running it in not Hina links where you can get Hina down for free, you're possibly dropping a 3-cost, 4-cost tie. But then again, it is any tamer in play, so
yeah, like the blocker makes it just like like just about definitely ticks it over into being one of the best black cards, because any tamer.
I think it's the blocker reboot combo.
Yes. But I mean,
Being able to be a 12k restanding blocker in a deck that gains DP as well is very good.
I'm looking at some of these cards, fellas. I'm thinking that some of the challenges that we're going to get into while we're making these decisions kind of come from the fact that the kind of cards have progressed in a certain way where like older things are like more likely to suck because they're not
Yeah,
inherently
yeah.
future proofed.
It's one of those ones where them also not being future proof will probably also cause some black cards to be ridiculous.
Uh-huh.
I mean, like, I'm looking at what Andrew has on screen there. That Darkdramon on the
Yeah,
bottom.
when D Brigade became real,
Yeah.
That Dr. Mon's sick. Meanwhile,
he's
the
a
Command
real
Mon
guy.
also sick. Meanwhile, two
The-
over to
the-
the left. Metal Etamon.
Etamon.
that
Yeah.
card not usable
Oh.
at all.
Even with the new ult that they just got.
Yeah. No, it's EX1 metal. I don't
Oh,
know
right,
at all.
yeah, no. Sorry, there's too many bad metal Etamon.
God, fake fan, dude. Doesn't even know the poop tech.
I'm seeing that Cranium
I
on
haven't seen
there as
Jess in
well.
like 2 months.
Maybe I
Okay.
want to shove Metallicdramon up one more slot and put Cranium on Blue.
Can I throw you guys a stinker?
Go for it.
I'd like to nominate BT861 Thundermon. He is a level 4 pile of crap.
Oh, wait, isn't this like the Mamemon stuff?
Yep, that one there.
Surely
Yep.
that's like classed as a vanilla at that point.
It isn't. It has that as an effect and not the pencil. This is what I was getting at, of like when they get to the point where it's like some of the old cards are going to start getting punished by like, that isn't Mamemon in a search anymore.
Dude, it's so weird that it's not even an all turns effect. It is just text mob.
Yeah,
It's
but
the
it's
same as,
because it's not a pencil.
Diamond.
It isn't. Yeah.
That is
Sucks, right?
strange. It's a 2-cost Evo
Yeah.
as well. Probably
Yeah.
because it has the rule text, but it's also a 6k body. 4-drop 6k body.
Mamemon is a really odd little deck, and like conceptually, some of the things, like if you haven't read the what's it called, Bancho Mamemon in a little while, it's probably worth refreshing your memory here on the stream.
When
But,
Digivolving, you may reveal top 3 for each of your opponent's Digimon. You may play 1 card with Mamemon in its name and a memory cost of 10 or fewer from the revealed cards start paying the cost. Crash the remaining. All turns, while you have another Mamemon in name and play, this Digimon gains Sec plus Uno.
I kind of think that there's a world where, like, if the Cyberdramon Ace was better, we might see like a Mamemon make 1 million level 4s and go, you can't get rid of us all, I'm gonna blast them all.
Yeah.
But like it ain't there yet. But they got that promo. There's a new Dino Mamemon. What's that card actually called? Mame Tyramon.
Yeah.
And that guy's got collision, so that's a pretty dope thing to be able to spit out with the Bancha.
Yeah,
But that's not. We're not talking about the good part of the deck. We're talking about Thundermon.
I think Thunder's a very good potential for number 5 on like the shit.
Because he's just been left behind by the game.
Yeah.
So like if he was issued a reprinted card with the pencil instead of that line of text, peak perfect.
Not even pencil. You could just have rule text, like a super Scus.
Yeah, exactly. So anything like that would suffice. There's a couple of those. I was looking at the yellow stuff earlier today for similar reasons, and I was like, there's the what's it called? Like there's a Rise Greymon that I always think about. I was like, oh, it's a yellow deck card, but it's not. It's red that counts as yellow while it's in play, and it's like if some of those cards got a little bit of love, maybe one day they'd see more use.
Yeah.
But that's how it be sometimes.
Oh,
So that's my pick for Thundermon. I think he's not evil, awful. Like he's not nefarious garbage in the same way that Grey Knightsmon is, but he is like a particularly sad example of what happens to mid card.
Are we at number 5? By the way, is the most poo, or are we saying?
I think no. Number 1 would be the worst card.
Number 1 of the lowest is the most poo. All
it's
right,
number
got you.
5. I'm giving myself a month before I can do it. You know what? Notepad. DP minus script. Lamel.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
Is the DP minus script going to be out by then?
Yes.
Well, he's given
Let's
himself
get
a
it.
week because critical callback. He said that it should be out before.
Yeah.
Oh,
before the end
true.
of the month.
I'm
Spoilers.
editing it tomorrow. I'm supposed to be editing it today. Alright,
Let's
plus
get
5.
it.
So at number 5 we had
Thundermon.
Metallic Dramon.
For the good
Worst
ones,
one,
yeah. Most 5. We've got
Thunder.
Thundermon. Who was the first one we just
And Grey
discussed?
Knightsmon.
Grey Knights.
Number 1.
Are we saying Grey
Yeah,
Knights is the worst?
I think it's. We're gonna have to really scrutinize it, but I don't think it's impossible that he is the worst.
I would like to throw up another potential Digicrosser of worst black cards in the game.
Right there.
I'm doing this for the fans. My man, damn it. I think
The double agent that
could
could.
hit
For the
number
worst card.
for the number 4. Okay,
He's won regionals. He can't be in the bottom 5.
true, he's been in there. Tuamon is the one that I low-key want. Like, this Digivolve is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I hate this card. Me personally, I hate this card. But I think there is a very good case that old Tuamon, simply by not having
Decoy
save,
one. Yeah.
by just not having save in tech, might be one of the worst cards in this archetype. Evolve for 1 over a Damemon is cool. Evolve for 3 over everything else, less cool.
But it saves the tamer hate for your Uamanos.
It has Decoy, which only protects it from deletion.
Yeah, but then all
Oh.
turns, all of your Uamanos can't be deleted.
Deleted. They can still be spun by it. Giant fucking lizard.
Catch me bouncing him.
What can I say?
Yeah, Decoy Bagger Army is like cool, but this card not having save in text makes it kind of not. It also is not a
Yeah.
floodgate in the deck that need floodgates in order to function.
Yeah, I can see that.
So I would wager that Damemon on a
I'd to give you that.
I'd say-
You of most people I know would be a good candidate to judge bad Bog Army cards as well.
I think this card gets too much hate. I think Muso's fantastic now. It's one part of a Darkness Bargain, which this card is not.
The things that constitute vanilla are fascinating to me here, because if we're not counting the rule box, are we counting stuff like having Digicross? Because I have a candidate for the bottom if Digicross means something isn't vanilla.
Let's put it forward. Like I wouldn't class
High Vision Manitamon.
Oh,
I
I think
remember
that
this
was-
motherfucker
yeah.
from pre-release. He's BT10-63.
Yep.
This is.
Manita-
I don't even think the
Manita.
Manitamons saw success outside of like the one that you play in Dark Knight.
Wait, is this?
Yeah.
But
Is he supposed to just be a 0-drop level 4 if you
Yeah,
go
full of
negative?
inherits.
Well,
It's not
I mean-
good, buddy.
That's pretty
Wait,
funny.
which inherits would you even put in? Because the same set BT10 Manitamon has no inherit.
I'm pretty sure there is a Manidamon. Give me a minute. Oh no, I'm telling you a lie. There are no
Yeah, they have no
Manidamons.
inherit.
It sucks. This card's bad.
It doesn't even have like the if it had a,
It's Digiburst level 6 support. That's the strat. What
Oh,
Digiburst
100%.
cards are there?
could you imagine
And
if it was like Kanawai, where it's like, it gets the on plays of all the monitors, and you just
God,
like,
could you
you're
imagine?
going neg 3, but you're just doing 3 searches back to back.
I hadn't even thought of that. They should
Wow.
probably not print an on play. Or Digicross in KnTElixar, kind of sus.
Imagine if I get a new HealingLinks card that does that. That'd be real nice.
Good lord.
Imagine you got a new healer.
Yeah,
Anyway,
exactly.
High Vision Manidamon is my second pick. I've got another banger of a good one. He's quietly underrated, but
Yeah, let's hear it.
he's probably less good than Metallic Dramon. But it is. Let me find his set number for you. That's right. Where the heck is he? Oh, BT8-59 Kokuamon. And as far as I'm aware, he's the
Yes.
only card in the
Ooh.
entire game with this floodgate.
Yes, you would be correct. He is. We
That is
looked-
a-
So-
that is a good one. I agree.
I think it's weird, and therefore probably noteworthy enough to make something.
I
Like
think-
maybe an honorable mention if we're not doing those.
I think what's really interesting about it is like Black's floodgates have been notoriously weirder. Like Chumon is the only 1k memory blocker compared to the others being 2k, but they also
Yep.
then just have this particular floodgate, which
Yep.
no other color has access to, which I think is very, very cool.
Yeah, randomly including this to beat Beelzemon made me laugh in BT12 for Dark Knight because
Yeah,
you couldn't
it's
warp
really
with him.
fun.
that's why Jess and I had it in Supermon as well when we were just on
This card
Floodgate
beats
222.
Gallantmon. It's really cringe. This card beats Gallantmon until BT17, and then we just pop it and kill.
I was actually, what's funny is whilst we were like coming up with it, I was looking at Chikuri as like,
Ooh, that's a real pick. Oh man, this card is
the
good.
problem I have with Chikuri is like SD Mag.
Oh, true. Yeah, he probably is just better than Chikurimon, huh?
Yeah. just is
Yeah,
Chikuri. So
he definitely is.
I'm willing to give Black Floodgates in the form of Kokua bracket Chikuri as like number 5. We bump up Metallic.
Sure.
I'm down for that,
The
honestly.
thing is, we actually have to be tough about the top 5 ever, guys, because there are restricted cards. Like Veemon X Antibody is a black card. You know what I mean? Like when you come to the best ever, there's like Dorumon from BT7.
Alright, let's get an HM.
That is true. I wasn't even considering him straight away, I'll be honest.
The restricted Doru Greymon, Alphamon BT9. Like there are some real
Next antibody.
yeah, there are some real standout Digimon that constitute the top. So we have to be pretty critical about what we're choosing for the
Should
best
we
ever.
prevent lines from getting multiple entries?
I love that. I love that arbitrary distinction that will save us 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm here
Okay,
for it.
cool.
Is Dorumon Dex Dorumon? Oh, Dex Dorumon.
There is no Dex Dorumon.
Yeah, is it like Dorumon, Dex Dorumon, Dorugreymon the one of, or an Alphamon? The
I'm gonna
best
throw
one?
you a bone here. I think it's Dorumon, and perhaps Doraemon is maybe even worth considering. But I'm gonna say Dorumon as my pick because he is a searcher and he's also he's a hammer spark.
It's a hammer spot
and-
that sees itself. That is
Yeah,
just
and
so not.
The thing that it does that the Alphamons don't, and to an extent the restricted Doru Greymon also isn't doing, is that it sees use in other non-Alphamon Dorumon piles. It sees use in the SSC stuff.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say I agree with you up until the point of the search. I agree with everything else, but it's like the search is only I'm going to pull one X antibody card.
Yeah,
in a-
Yeah,
in
but
a
it
deck-
is a search. You know what I mean? It's not.
No,
like
I know. Like in a deck that, like Machine Dramon, for example,
Sure.
that runs it because you're stacking stuff into the sources constantly. But
I need to,
if you
I
if you
forget
hard
it's a
drop it,
machine.
if you hard drop it to try and choke your opponent for whatever reason, it's not going to search anything. You're just putting 3 potential load targets to the bottom.
Okay, so you're stacking 3 cards. Also, Chaos Dramon X antibody is like so you would potentially hit to 1. Also,
So,
Yeah.
if you're
there
dropping
are-
Dorumon to choke, then you're just accepting that you're giving. Play a black memory
I
boost.
guess, yeah.
It can
I
also
guess
find
that's true.
it can find Metal Greymon Action BT11. That card sees infrequent use in Machine, I believe.
Yeah, like the card is like at
Yes.
worst, if you're dropping it from hand, goes 1-for-1 in most decks.
Even in modern day Alphamon, let's be real, we have Shu Yulin now, so yeah, Kota doesn't exist.
Oh yeah, is that what Doraemon
Yeah, it's pretty
is?
weird.
So good.
Yeah, it finds Coda.
Finds Kota, not
the Ryudomon
Yuji.
finding Yuji is the better part of the other.
Yeah. Even though Decoy is a poo tag. but,
I'm
you know.
willing to put Doraemon on the list for order which.
But like, is he better than the freaking one? I think it's a more interesting card. It's more skill expressive.
The one of again is very heavily X antibody focused.
The one, yeah. So Doraemon is more splashable.
Oh yeah, I'll give you that. It does
Doraemon's
use a
more
machine.
splashable. It allows you to do the bullshit of like with the new Doragreymon, like end of turn load Doraemon,
Yeah.
not use the rest of the end of turns to do some nonsense,
Yeah.
which I think is pretty heinous. And
Yeah.
the one-off is only at its most oppressive when you also have like the Oriumon loaded. Like it's a 3-card combo, whereas Doraemon just goes long most of the time.
I
Yeah,
agree.
he's a good card. I think we can give it to Doraemon. Now we get to the fun of choosing bad cards again, because the thing is, like, sorting the crap is so difficult because at a certain point I just go, gosh, this is terrible.
It's one of those ones where like Gundramon easily worst Three Musketeer.
There are at least 5 cards worse than him, right? Like, hey, can I throw a bone here? EX5 Targetmon. Card's bad.
Why do I recognize that? Why do I recognize that?
He's the little baby monkey Edamon.
He's the one that has the shoes on it.
Oh yeah, the new chappie.
Yeah, that guy is a weird one. Like a lot of people looked at him at the start and was like, "Yo, this card, he's Edamon and he's Supermon and he's a blocker and he's
Yeah, Inherent Blocker I thought was kind of neat originally, and then I read everything else about the card and watched it play, and I was like, oh.
I think the fact that he evolves to 3 is the problem. Like a 3-drop Targetmon doesn't feel bad, but a 3 Evo Targetmon feels like it's Warcry.
Yep.
The
Yeah,
inherit is
I think-
fine, the rule text is fine, blocker native is cool now that you don't have to have King Supermon to give everything. But you could also just King Etamon. King Etamon just gives everything blocker anyway.
If this card counted as having Edamon and Sukamon and Shumon, maybe there could be something there, but like it's just so awful.
I think it's just
Yeah.
paying 2 color tax.
But again, it's just this card is not as sincerely terrible as Grey Knightsmon. Like the bar is so low.
Yeah, no, I think this is definitely a contender. Like the Supermon.
Throw him in.
they've-
Get him in there.
they've had it rough though. But this is. Ooh, I mean, that would potentially fill in on number 2 slot.
We can have a look at that. Let's get them all down, and then we'll try and come up. I haven't even got to talk about
For the-
Chessmon yet, so.
For the
I was
good
thinking,
ones-
like, all chess ones are.
For the good ones, you've got to put memory blocking Tumon.
Yeah.
Or are we
Floodgates
just
good.
classing that as floodgates? Are we putting just
I
like
think
floodgates?
Kokuomon is more interesting than Chumon, because think about it, Chumon
Okay.
is the worst.
Oh, but
of the
he is
memory
in
blockers.
archetype. He's like how Terriermon is the best of the mem blockers, because Terriermon is part of the best archetype
Oh
of
right,
any
and
of the
he's
mem blockers.
searchable.
Yeah, and Shumon is like revivable.
Yeah.
In a
You can do some
deck
voodoo
phase.
shit with Shumon.
In that case, Genkamon X Antibody has to be on there
That guy
as
is-
one of the best.
Yeah, he is an excellent pick.
Yeah.
I know that it is very reliant on having systemons.
Oh no, an X antibody that doesn't require you to have its name or X antibody, but only has to use the main gimmick
Yeah.
of the deck, and is the only card, one of the only 2 X antibodies
Yeah.
that doesn't have the requirement. And
We
instead-
haven't even put it. There's so much good stuff. Like Black has had such a facelift. I just realized that we haven't even put any D Brigade in here yet, right? Like,
This is just Digimon as well, by the way.
yeah.
Options are even more wild.
Which Commandermon's the best Commandermon? Is it
Oh,
the?
God.
It is. I think it is the SR personally.
You
I
think?
think he matters the most in most of his matchups.
Which one does that one do? What, the new one?
It is the top 5. Either put them on top or
the
bottom,
new
and then
one, yeah.
it is the protection inherit, which I think is what
Yes.
makes it unique.
Yes.
I fully agree.
Agreed.
Prior to that, it would have probably been the on delete. If I had to rank them, it's like that one, the on delete search,
Yes.
the BT16 one that gives everybody else DP, and then the decoy one. But the decoy one is still good in some form. So.
Yeah. Would I mean it's just objective.
Oh, and then the vanilla and the blocker are there too.
Yeah,
The blocker above the vanilla, but just because blocker is more useful than a vanilla.
no, I think blocker's even less useful.
Because we have
Than a
a
vanilla?
brigade.
well, because you just give that to everybody with a brigade, so it's like
Oh,
at least
I guess-
the bigger
I guess
DP on the
now,
vanilla is
yeah.
There's
useful,
also
right?
no reason
I guess
for like
now.
decoy not being that high because like decoy, like you've got 2 inherits that are effectively decoy, EX decoy, like straight up.
Yeah, I guess decoy's nice if you have a super wide board, and then you don't have any of the inherit activates left.
Decoy is nice if you get hit by a Saurite that takes your protection.
Yes.
But then other than that, like the vanilla is probably better because it's cheaper to play.
This is so tough. The best black Digimon. Can I throw out? Are we gonna put Greymon X Antibody on there? Because if we are, I think it's him. Otherwise, I want to nominate BT8 Black War Greymon or BT11 BWGX.
I would say BWGX because that card just did so much. But because like a lot of them are like 1 turn instances, like the BT8, like the Digivolve is like 1 turn instance of like, whoops, got rid of something. I don't remember its inherent.
But he was such a big deal in the form. But that's what I'm saying. That's what I said is the Greymon X.
Oh, I thought you were saying Metal Greymon X the whole time.
Oh no, him.
No.
The
Yeah,
one
he's
of.
broken. Yeah.
Okay, no, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say if it's not him and we're not using that one.
It's that card.
Oh, Jamie, I'm sorry. As a person who has tested a million times with black decks, I can tell you what we haven't put on here that I'm sure you've been thinking about.
I nearly
Fucking
said
promo Tsunarizamon.
Yeah, no, I was waiting. I was going to say that's number 1.
Yeah, when I was looking at it and I saw old sceneries, like yeah, old cards that are trash. Some of these are really good though because they're not once per turn. Like promo.
Yeah.
Is he the best black Digimon?
I was going to say it's number
I think
1
he's-
because
he's
it's so
pretty
splashable.
good.
It's
Yeah.
so splashable. And if you get it into a not black stack deck, like, I don't know how you do
You're
that, but
kind of
sure.
right.
Bro, you're getting Sec +1 for free pretty much these days.
I'm into it.
Promo Tsunariza is the easiest way to make your black Scrimbo Bimblo deck be able to keep up with tier 2, tier 1.5 Digimon.
The only problem is, obviously, you need the 13k.
Is
But-
there like a way to squeeze this into some like crappy Jogress pile? That'd be funny.
Oh, yeah. His name is Dorbekman.
Yeah, true.
Oh yeah, he's a rock dragon.
Because he's a
No, he's
dinosaur,
a
right?
reptile.
Oh, is he
He's
a reptile?
Now we're
Ah.
chill.
Mind. But I mean, Shaka,
Boring.
big shock.
Big shock.
Ooh,
And into a
new
Vikemon,
Shaka.
hit someone really hard and then trigger overflow.
I mean,
Promo
if I
Tsunarizamon.
take my glasses off, he'll look like an armadillo.
So we're saying Greymon X probably.
Yeah, I think for the importance, because there's like so much stuff here, man. You know what we aren't even including yet is like the new Magnamon X from 16.
Yeah,
Like that is maybe the single best black
16
Digimon
isn't
boss.
out as of recording this, though.
Sure, I'll give you that.
Wait.
Forget him then.
guys, I have no.
But he would be the most broken.
No,
card.
ST17's out.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fully out.
Yeah,
You
Oh,
wanna
wait,
put
you're talking about the
Megagargomon
SD
on here?
Magnamon, sorry? Or,
yeah.
No, you...
It's
Well, if we
ST17.
can't use that, then if you don't want to use that, we'll just put Chikurimon on there.
Wait, it's okay. We're good. I've fixed the list.
Cool.
There we go. We've got 1 extra space.
Lol.
Okay.
Yeah, the new Gargos is nice.
Yeah, Mega Gargo. Is Mega Gargo Ace the best black ace?
Yeah, it's not even close.
It's also probably the best.
It's
green.
genuine, and Vikemon is the second, and there's a pretty big gap between them.
Vikemon luckily isn't out at the time of recording.
Yeah.
By the
So
time
it's just Mega
this-
Gargomon.
Yeah.
Because as of right now, it's him and War Greymon Ace, and War Greymon Ace is mid.
Oh. Yeah, this becomes real difficult now. We've got Doraemon BT8, Ganku X, SR Kamajimon, ST17 Magna, and then Mega Gargo Ace. I mean,
Okay, so we have 3 slots left.
We're kind of treating this not on. I think what maybe the way to consider this as a concept is the kind of like the importance and legacy of a card, not just immediately how broken it is, because that does kind of just make new stuff good, bad stuff old.
Hmm.
So, God, Yeah, I think Pseudo-Rizomon probably does pretty cleanly take number 1 because he
Yeah.
is kind of one of those guys.
If we're looking at it here with the 3 slots we'd got, I'd go Doru, Ganku, and then oh, you've put Ace in a different section actually now, haven't you? Hold on.
HMs. It is
True.
It's just such a good ace. It's like legit one of the best aces in the game.
Mean
Doru,
Bean
Ganku,
Machine
Magna.
of my beloved.
Wait, what did you say, Jamie?
Doru, Ganku, Magna.
I could see that. Like,
In 4-3-2.
I really like the Magna because
Oh,
it does
we
so
can't
much.
put this. Fellas, Death Xmon.
No, I refuse to include it. Get that card out of
It
here.
is one of the best. It is.
It is maybe the second best black card of all time.
If we're talking Death,
He might be the best actually. I think we might have to look at Pseudo-Rizomon.
I thought of it and wanted to ignore it, but it's better than the Sunreason one.
I
Yeah.
was like, is Oryumon, like, I wanted to, like, Oryukin. No, we've already got Dormon. Oh, hang on a minute. That other secret rare from BT9.
Hey, can I? Where's it gone?
Marcio's
Where's-
pre-release when he pulled that. That was funny.
Copy of Death X.
Blech.
You already did that on the
Oh, he's doing it.
I've done.
Gonna need another printer later.
I did the same gag again earlier.
That's my printer paper.
Bro's cooked.
You donated it to me.
Well, have fun testing.
But it's fine. I have this one.
Tape it back together. Nobody will notice.
Yeah, I actually did that to one of his, Jade did that to one of his Kosuke's. Cut his legs off. Alright, Dexmon, Promise, Sinoriza. It's gotta be Doraemon number 3, right? Like, that card's just heinous.
I mean, X Antibody is the best black deck ever.
Yeah.
It is. Doraemon is also very splashable.
And then the last slot. As much as big Magnemar fan, Ganku X fucked up, man. How does that card?
I think I'm willing.
He's so front loaded.
I'm willing to give it to Ganku X.
I just think,
Ganku X is very front loaded.
yeah, I just think that the fact that it doesn't require Gankumon or X antibodies, there's so many times where you're like, oh, I'm safe. You have to raw Evo into Ganku X, and it goes, all effects activate. I'm like, are you dead ass?
Easter.
Me when I'm on my least optimal line and still get full effects.
Easter.
Yeah, I just think, yeah, Ganku,
Yeah.
Ganku X.
What are the level 4 black Digimon that come out of security? I know Gururumon is one of them.
Amimo? Not.
Oh, Nanimon. Yeah, okay, Nanimon is
Nanimon.
infinitely better than Gururumon, so...
Wait.
Guru.
Nah, that's not... I was just trying to see if, like... I was trying to think of, like, the common across many type cards that are sort of relevant, but Nanimon is... Like, these are not as bad as the bottom 5.
Yeah.
It's just not close.
I mean, that's not a bad card. It's a free 2k swing at the end of your Oh, sorry, at the beginning of your next turn.
Yeah, but why would you want a Digimon that plays itself out of security when you can just de-Digivolve something randomly?
Yeah, you're right.
I live in the timeline, man. I'm seeing the future. I'm not trying to put the fear of God into all of you here. You know the Parentmon from BT17?
Yeah.
He comes out of security. He's currently the only level 5 that does that, and that motherfucker is a target for Mega Gargamon.
Dude, I've been cooking with my prediction. Predicted Secton, predicted Raid, Flamedramon that did something heinous, predicted security level
Security
5s.
Parentmon.
I was just like, they should do level 5 security. It's like, whoa.
No.
If he's like semi-playable, this is not the content of this video, but I don't want to live in the world with a structure deck green birds thing just like is Parentmon box. That would suck.
No. Please no. I beg.
I think that's a pretty good list, boys. There's like a couple other. I maybe wanted to include Shadow Seraphimon, but that's really more of a yellow card.
I was looking at Shademon. 'Cause he's pretty good.
Shademon, get
Shademon's
out of
pretty
here.
funny, but yeah, no, I think that, I mean, if you're gonna talk black blocker, Ekanorimon.
Yeah, he's Craniumon.
He's a horrible boy. What's Espimon's evolution?
Hover
Espy.
Espimon.
Yeah, but you need a tamer for that again.
Yeah, that's some
so
good
it's
ones. I
like-
think Mechanori, just for the fact that it just shuts down some entire deck for just
Shuts down old armor.
It does.
Can't armor rush through it.
very now you just get suspended by Digimon, so like lol. But yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
soloed Bagra covers infuriating. I
There's
think there's some good ones. I think the top 5 really makes me think about it, and there's definitely some stinkers out there. Some colors will be easier than, and we'll do option cards and stuff. Spoilers: Congo will be the #1 black.
Oh, that's
you
a
say
good
that.
point. Yeah,
Laser Eye is there.
A Congo
or like
will be
or
the #1 black
Ultiflare.
No. It's not that good anymore.
Ultifate's sick.
Ultimate's
good.
pretty crazy. It's
Or
got
you
some
could just
uses in
run.
16.
Is it Trident Arm?
Oh,
the one from the
yeah,
start.
oh my god, you
You just roll
the
3, make it
Lapis
swing.
demon. Lapis demon. But yeah, you know, we've invariably fucked that up too. There's probably about 1 million things, and you guys are all screaming on your keyboards like, "I can't believe you forgot about Diaboromon Ace!"
Yeah, so
And I'm like, you know what? Let us know in the get in the comments.
yeah, members, let us know. You guys get to do it nice and early, and when people see this in over a month, then let us know what cards weren't on the criteria to begin
Oh my
with,
God.
and let us know that we're stupid for not putting them in and breaking our own rule.
I want
I
you
will
to.
have forgotten what I said.
I'm gonna make a sincere plea to you, non-members watching this. Andrew will have forgotten about Thundermon. Just tweet at him about Thundermon and tell him he's an idiot.
Yeah.
He'll have no idea. It'll be the weirdest thing on Twitter that morning.
Just send him the picture.
What are you talking about? This card is broken.
I've edited it, I've scheduled it, and I forgot. But yeah, thanks boys for tuning in. Jamie, thanks again for joining up for the podcast. Thanks again to all the members that support the channel and do this. Still haven't figured out how to put these on Twitch as like a private thing for only subs. So Lamau, YouTube is the place to be.